What I will do, on the Mac, what coming in with a banger, because I've just got back from the Wakefield Store Regionals, and let me tell you, I got that winning list, bro, from my boy Demonic, who came first place with an X-0 finish. Brother cleaned up and absolutely showed how Angels needs to be piloted. Let me tell you, you're not prepared for this list, guys. You're just not prepared. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a break from the mic. I'm going to have my boy Demonic that's going to break through all the ratios, the tech, and the source. And it does go on for quite a while, but let me tell you, the takeaways that you'll have from this is that, one, you will have a list which you can take away and pilot yourself, and two, you'll have the combo execution and the playline knowledge in order for you to absolutely get those dubs at your locals or even at your own store regional. So if this is a video for you, then stick around and enjoy. And if you're new to the channel, like what you see, make sure you subscribe and turn notification bells because I do videos on the reg. Okay, Demonic, time for you to get on shift, brother, and reveal that list to the world. What? Yes, sir. So here we have it, guys. What you've been waiting for. We got our boy Demonic what coming in, and that angel list is absolutely popping. So, Demonic, introduce yourself, Chief.
Yo, what's up? I'm Demonic. If you see me on the Discord groups, I'm normally like Demonic Ifrit. Been playing Digimon for like a year now, and I won a regional, so we're here to talk about it.
Yes, sir. And let me tell you, we've had many games at our locals, which is always a delight to play with you. Like, you're so insightful, so methodical in terms of like your play style, and it's always a pleasure to verse a skill player like yourself. And even on the drive up here, it was a bit of a conversation in regards to what deck to play, and you're really quite indecisive. But I'm really happy that you locked into Angels, because you by far probably the strongest Angels players, especially at our locals, and you demonstrated that at the Wakefield Store Regionals that happened on the Sunday. So right here, guys, I know you guys are thirsty for it, so Demonic is going to showcase to you what he ran for the event, which he went undefeated, but he went in and did big damage to everyone. So further ado, Demonic, take the stage.
Okay, thank you. Right, so we'll begin with the eggs. I'm going to talk as if you know what most of the cards are, and I'll talk about the combos as we go and the uses of them. So, for 4 eggs, running 4 QP. This is the backbone of Angels nowadays. Without this card, I don't think the deck would be playable. As you know, you get to filter through your security, load up your boss monster, Digimon, and this trigger is amazing. It comes up in so many ways. Usually on a turn 2, I'll even swing a rookie just to do a chip damage and set up security. That is perfectly fine. Seeing what's in your security and manipulating it is literally everything in this deck. When it comes to attacking with this deck, this trigger you use pretty much all the time. And just make sure it's in the back of your mind, basically. If you're swinging in and it's late game, you still might want to cycle through. There's no reason not to. So yeah, there's other options for eggs, but Koopy for this list. It's more a Digimon aggro list, as you'll see as we get in. Moving on to the rookies. Not a surprise to anyone. The Patamon that lets you evo into your security. Obviously, it's got memory spark capability, like you can push, hit a Gatomon and go +2. Helps set you up. Yeah, it can help set up stuff with it as well. It's just like the backbone of the deck as well. Nothing too surprising. Playing 2 of the promo Patamon. The most important thing with Angels is knowing what's in your security as fast as you can. A dead hand where you can't see your security is almost unplayable. So even on turn 1, just dropping this for free, looking in my security, hopefully getting a hit to add a double color, but knowing what's in there is everything. The deck will flop without it. You need to get into your Digimon as fast as possible. This is the MVP of the deck, Pillamon. We get to cheat out floodgates with this engine, and cheating out floodgates is always funny in this game. Digimon as a deck is about stopping your opponent from doing what they want to do, so natural fit. Came up multiple times, won me, I think, 3 of my matchups. Literally, this card alone won me the game. Then on to looks. Not a lot of people play looks. It's normally the first thing to cut. The on-play is a decent searcher. If you read the card, you can add 2 cards off it, but that's a lie. It never comes up. I always add 1. I think I'm yet to add 2 off of it. Also has a when attacking trigger. When attacking, if you're an angel or in trait 3-rate angel, you get to draw a card. We always trigger this first. So let's say real quick, you push the looks and you evo on top of it. When you're swinging, you want to draw first, then Coopymon to dig in and put something in. Just gives you 1 more card to hand to, manipulate your security. that draw could be a Digimon, for example, and then you just took it straight in.
Nice.
And yeah, it'll be on to 4s after that, so it's just a base core. Some people play Ukomon packages and stuff like that. I think it's a bit too fancy. Having yellow level 4 and lower is very important to this deck. If I was to play 5 Ukomon or some sort of, more generic engine like that, I would be damaging myself. You can't go wrong with these.
I got to agree with that. Like, I feel like sometimes Ukomon Plaster just isn't always the way, and I think like obviously you get such tempo with just having that Patamon, searching your security, getting a key piece, getting that free Evo there as well. Such tempo, such memory gains, and the thing that I actually really like about this list is the promo patterns as well. I think obviously that is being, I wouldn't say slept on, but it definitely wasn't common in Angels, to my knowledge. I could be completely wrong, but I think it makes logical sense, the fact that you obviously can search your security, and obviously you get that massive value from searching your security to get the key pieces that you need to kind of either climb up your line or at least set up future plays to obviously get into your Digimon quicker. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, fully agree. Again, just real quick, other lists. I've not looked loads at other Angel players, but I know these are the ones that look at getting caught all the time. The Pattern and the Luxes. Very divisive cards. I mean, I'd argue I played Patamon because I bought them when they were 20 quid each, so I need to play them. You know what I mean? Like, I bought them way too early before they dropped. But it came up. You're looking at security, even if you don't get a hit, just knowing what's in there from turn 1 onwards, it's everything, literally. Everything's the deck.
Completely.
So, yeah. You want me to rock onto 4s?
Yes, sir.
Quite simple. This is quite bog standard so far, I'd say. So I'll even reveal both and speak about both. So we're playing 4 Gato, 4 Angie, and that's it for the 4s.
Ooh, nice.
Almost Yu-Gi-Oh cards, both of these in their own way. So obviously Gatomon, as you know, you can gain memory when your security is took from. You can take it, gain a memory. On your opponent's turn, this Gatomon that's chilling out will just tax 1 memory when something comes out, when they swing in. Everyone forgets about that. Nasty card. Most important part of this card for this engine, I'd say, is the barrier. Giving Digimon barrier gets rid of some of those like little weaknesses it has, which are very few weaknesses. So you can have a sideways Digimon with its huge protection and barrier. It's just goated. Hitting this off a Patamon search when you push out is amazing. The memory gain you just get to cheat, basically. You're effectively grab crushing without a downside, which is insane.
Legit.
And then I guess the last thing, it has barrier on itself, so you push the patter, Evo into Gato, take your free chip damage, you've gained memory, you trigger your Koopy, you're just flying, literally, like... Yeah, it's broken. It is actually broken. I need to get some alts of these.
I love Gatomon.
Yeah.
I've got a full playset of Gatomon alts, and they just set me back a little bit. But the alt, it's one of my favorite artists. Tanami Kanji always knocks it out of the park, and I completely agree. Gatomon is just such an amazing card and fits absolutely beautifully in Angels.
Yeah, it's insane. And the art is peak. Like, huge fan. Yeah, literally, you need to play 4 of these. The cards before, you can argue different rookies and different weird ways of playing, but yeah, these are just locked in. So, Angemon, another spenny card, but this card is the nuts. Never forget about you when attacking triggers. There's a possibility you push out. It's Luxmon into Angemon. We're going to draw a card off of being an angel. We can QP, manipulate his Curie. Then we can use his when attacking and just Chaos Degrade something randomly if it's a virus. That came up as well. I mean, what, Chaos Degrades 8 memory? And this recovers as well. Holy Wave is 6, so that's 14 memory in a weird way that you're getting just by turning it sideways and building your own engine as it tucks in. Also, rehatching if you have a Tamer out is insane. It's just such a card. It's a card of all time, literally.
It's crazy that, like, I feel like every Angemon that we've had, even the Booty Angemon, doesn't quite come close to this boy. And obviously, it is a secret, but it's so versatile in what it can do. Obviously, it can remove just. Is it virus type Digimon? Just literally, just like
yeah, that's correct.
Just the Chaos D kind of effect there, which is just massive. And like you say, it's the kind of rehatching, getting something back in raising. It's great removal. It's just an overall solid card.
Yeah, insane card. And I mean, even the minus 5k later on, we're going to do some DP reduction. That might just push you over some thresholds. I think we reach 13k pretty comfortably. So if they have a 14k Digimon, it can be like the extra kick.
Nice.
Also, one final thing on Angemon, Evo's over Patamon for 2, and we've got the extra 2 names with the promo, so a little bit more memory efficient if you miss or you need to Evo naturally and play fair, which does happen.
And that's it as well. Like, I suppose, like, obviously before, you know, most lists were just running essentially just a 4-padder. Now just having that additional 2-padder in there just means that, you know, you are, like you say, being quite memory efficient, which can really, you know, sway you to get to Digimon quicker. Because obviously when you get to that, you know, your, is it the BT17 Magnet and, or is it 16?
I believe so. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, when you're going for that kind of high roll, getting set up, and it's just like, you know, can you answer this board? Most likely you can't. That extra memory that you've just, you know, saved because you're literally a Patamon and you can Evo into Angemon for a cost of 2 instead of 3 can be massive.
Yep, you can keep turn and just keep going. And this deck's quite ignorant with the memory gauge. A lot of top tier decks are. But if I can establish the Minimon and give them 6, enjoy your turn on 6, bro. Like, let's go, because the Minimon's coming out, you know what I mean? He's not chilling. I think there's anything else with the 4s, but I think that's the main thing. They're just solid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Solid ratio. Nice and clean cut. I respect it.
So, with the 5s as well, obviously 8 4s, right? We don't always naturally Evo. A lot of our 5s hard slam. So as we go through these, here he is, BT16.
Yeah, that's one BT16.
4 of these. Mainstay of the deck. I have seen lists that run free. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I'm not going to say them on a YouTube video. Just don't do that. Play 4, literally. He's your gateway to Minimon. There are turns where you'll hard slam him for 6 because it's an on-play and when Digivolve in, and you'll just go in, and it's Minimon time. Nice to have barrier and stuff under Minimon, but obviously you can't always hit the nuts.
Yeah.
Crazy card. Even crazier when Minimon plays him out, and then you Evo in something else again, with a cost reduction of -2. Happened in my last game in the final, little spoiler. I established a Minimon with 1 memory. My hand actually had 3 of these in. I had no good ace targets. There was a Cherubi in here, another spoiler. Cheated him out, Evo'd into Cherubi at reduced cost, played out this Angemon, and this was like turn 2, I think, maybe? I think this was turn 2 against a Demon Lord's player, so I had a bit of memory to play with.
Yeah.
So I had 2 boss monsters, this dude out, your turn 2, bro, good luck. Insane.
I think that as well.
When it hits, it hits.
I think that as well, like, obviously with, like, Demon Lords, they're most virus types, aren't they? So if they were, like, in your way and being annoying, you just swing, you're just swinging with that, get rid of that threat, and you just carry on tap dancing through that security with your, your white boy. I mean, true one with Alliance. Sheesh.
Yeah, bro. I think he was a bit flabbergasted when it happened. I mean, I saw the play because I was at 1 memory. I was like, oh, I'm not bothered about choking Demon Lords, bro. Like, they're gonna do the thing anyway. Yeah. 2 more memory. Good luck. Crazy card. Obviously, the Inherit gives blocker to all your Angels. Keynote, not everything in this deck is Angels. You are gonna miss some things. So, Mrs. Guile, Mrs. Pillow, for example.
Yeah.
It's up to you how open you want to be. I was very nice on regional. I was reminding my opponents what it did affect. So if Guile was on the field, I'd say this doesn't see Guile on, it's not an Angel.
Yeah.
But you don't have to necessarily tell people that. They can kind of figure it out. I just like to be very open and honest all the time, maybe to a fault.
You know what? That's not a fault though. I think that's just like, you know, end of the day, you want to make sure that it's fair game. I do obviously, like, you know, people might cook me on this, but I think it is a responsibility of the player to obviously ask the questions, especially if you are that high level play. You know, the opponent has to essentially, you know, answer the questions. it's like in that, but you should never assume that, like, you know, they should tell you. in that sense, should be you asking the questions.
The amount of times I'll swing against someone and say, any blockers, like, are these blockers before I swing? And I'll just ask that question, and they'll be there with Red Hybrid. Well, I guess Red Hybrid has blocker nowadays, but back in the day, they'd be like, bro, what are you talking about? You know, I can't block. I'm like, just checking.
Yeah,
checking, man.
We all gas, mate. No blockers here. I got a glass jaw.
Just nasty to find out when you're wrong. When you think they ain't got a blocker, you swing in, and it's, uh-oh, I just lost, you know what I mean? So
literally.
Fully agree.
I think I had that when I was playing Armors. Like, I thought it was pretty common knowledge that Magnum X was a blocker. People still swinging, I was like, block. And like, oh, it's a blocker. I'm like, yep. It also has armor purge. And I always say that, like, it's a blocker, it has armor purge. All turns, I will unsuspend if any security card is checked. So it's just, you know, if people ask me the question, initially, once the effect has gone off, you highlight it. Then after that, they do kind of have to ask.
Yep, fully agree. Like, as soon as you've said it a few times or once, you know, the onus is on them at that point.
Completely.
But I'm always down for open communication.
For sure.
A final point, I guess, he evos over Angimon for -1 cost. So there is a world where you can patter into Angie from hand for 2, then evo for 3 here. Again, 1 memory at this stage. If you evo in it, you're probably passing engage and doing a dummy. But it might save 1 memory, and why give them 1 extra? You know, there's no reason to.
Completely.
And a final thing on black box text, it's optional. There are worlds where you can pay 4 instead of paying 3. Might come up if you want to pass turn and memory choke them, for example. But you'll figure that as you're playing it.
Yeah, completely.
More often than not, you'll evo it for 4. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, completely agree. And I think like obviously, if for new players out here, even that black box text, even on rookies as well. Obviously, some rookies do evo for 1, but on the black box text, they can evo for 0 if you do need to choke the opponent.
Yep.
Sometimes just evo for 1 if you've not got follow up play.
Used to be my favorite play. Yeah.
For sure. But no, for the wave, strong card.
Okay. Moving on to no one's surprise, Andrew. Another core piece of the engine. We're all pretty familiar with this card now. It's disgusting in this engine because we use our security to protect our board, and she, when she sees us go to 3 or lower, will recover. Games where you get 2 of these established, and it's a slower game where you're not managing to kill, she's disgusting. You end up going down to 1 security, she just heals you up to 3, because 1 and 1, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit of synergy straight away before I forget. Coupimon, we're taking the top card of our security to our hand when we're attacking. The second part is not mandatory. It's you may add a, angel to the bottom. Even if the opponent knows you has an angel in hand, because they've seen you like draw it off something like a search or something, you don't have to put it in.
Yeah.
And Duomon will see you go down to 3 when you've swung with a Koopy, as you've took your 4th security, and just recover if you choose not to put anything back. So it's a free draw.
Completely.
Helps you filter as well. It comes up. Goated card. I don't know what to say.
And I think
another Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I think in that as well, like I suppose, like definitely correct if I'm wrong. Like if he was at, trying to think, if he was at 3 security, obviously you trigger QP, so you don't trigger it. Say if you had 2 Angel Womans on field, effectively you can recover back to 4 because obviously you'd be going to 3 off of 1, and then the other one would then trigger to then go up to 4, which then is like you're sitting pretty comfy at that point.
Yep. Correct, and again, Holy Wave Boys cost 6 to play, so every time you're resolving this, it's a 6 memory play in a weird way. Yeah, really good card. Worth noting that there's some interactions with like where Digimon see themselves come out of security and stuff like that. You'll have to look into that on your own time a bit, like Gatomon and Hammer Spark comes out of security in certain ways, like off Patamon Evo. Anjiwo is the same. If you're cheated out by the Minimon and you go down to 2, she sees that she's been cheated out and will recover you up. Doesn't seem intuitive. Everyone was very confused with the rulings when it came out. It felt very strange, but yeah, it is what it is.
For sure.
Goated card.
Love Angel Woman.
With this card and the mini on board, you've literally got your game plan. She doesn't always turn up. Don't always expect her to turn up, but when she does, you're golden.
You're like, yo, girl, why are you late?
Yeah, proper. And I missed her a lot, to be honest. She came up enough. Obviously, I came first, so she did show up enough. But there were some games I just wish I saw her.
Yeah.
I've got 2 spicy cards. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'd say this is the most different I play from other Angel players that I've seen, the few lists I have seen. There are people who play these cards and play different other stuff. Don't know why people don't play this. What a big reveal for just 2 little boys. So the brother to Angie Womon, if you like, the Magna Angie.
Nice.
Recover 1, and then neg something for the turn on your security count. Being able to heal back up from 0 with this deck is very difficult to do without this card. You've got Angemon who can tuck himself in on deletion and loose other things, but literally this guy, it came up in one game where a Gallant player, which is a homie from local, shout out Jordan, took me down to 0 security. Yeah, what a boy. I scrambled this back, played it out, went to 1, did some Angie Womon stuff. I was up to like 3 security. Without this card, I was out of the game. That was it. Like, it is in a weird way a don't lose card, and I'm a big advocate for playing to win rather than playing not to lose.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel bad to Evo over, and if she's, she's not turning up today, she's hiding out at the bottom of your deck. The minute playing this isn't terrible. It don't feel that bad compared to just YOLO playing something like this for no reason or a level 4.
Yeah.
Another blast target as well. Yeah.
I completely agree, because I suppose like with the Diminimon play, effectively you are shrinking your security down, so technically you've actually not lost anything. by going into this
Yeah.
and just recovering one. So you've kind of set up your security, for you to further utilize for future plays. And I completely agree with the play. Like there's no kind of downside to it if you are at five security. Well, not down, but if you are at 5 security, effectively you're negative 5k DP Digimon, which will come pretty clutch. It costs 4 as well, and then it does have 8k DP, which is actually pretty high.
Pretty good. It is pretty good.
For 4 drop, because obviously Andrew Woman's only 7k, so some deletion effects could kind of proc her. Granted, you would have Digimon out, which could effectively neg that by trashing your security, and then effectively then recover. But it's depending on what the matchups are. If they have multiple deletion effects, they can kind of prey on that low DP threshold a little bit. So just having at least a card that can just once again get you back in the game when you need to, is nice. So no, I respect it, and I think I definitely would. I think I still did run Magnanji. When I ran Angels back in the day.
BT16 or something, right? It was a while back.
Legit.
Yeah. Again, just a goated card, and obviously Angie Wo's all turns doing a healing mechanic. It's amazing. It feels kind of horrible to Evo over her sometimes. You Evo over this dude, and it's whatever. He's done his job.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. So yeah, they're the level 5s. I wouldn't change anything about these level 5s at all.
No, I think solid ratios there. I think really good. I think you've definitely got one of the strongest level 5 ratios that I've seen from Angels, and I completely respect the blue yellow one. It's such a powerful card. So when I saw that, I was like, I have to get the pre-release ones straight off the bat because it's how strong it is when I saw it. Right.
Okay, the good stuff that everyone's here for, right? The level 6s, because we are, in a weird way, a Mega Zoo engine that plays it a little bit fair. We're not slamming everything for 0. The boy himself is literally Dummy Turbo, this deck.
Yes, sir.
I could speak about this card for maybe 20 minutes. Instead of doing that, what we'll do is, if you're not familiar with this card, you need to go read it. It gives all your Angels protection to every kind of removal, other than, I guess, Raid, Devo, and DP minus, although technically if you've got a 0 DP Digimon you could trash it once you run out of security. It is trying to protect it, just he isn't that good. But they're the only downsides to this card. He's everything. If he doesn't turn up, you're playing a janky ace engine that's not going to function. You need to see him. Everything in the deck is built up to either get him from hand into here as fast as I can, or look in my security and see he's there and know I'm chilling as fast as I can. That is the game plan. Yeah, insane card. Absolutely insane. As soon as you give him barrier, if you're lucky enough to get a Gatomon under him, he's no longer raidable.
Yeah.
You're not scared of turning him sideways because your barrier trash down, you don't care, recover up Angie Wo. I think there's a new Patamon getting barrier. I've not looked at all the new cards, but that might be worth considering down the line. But yeah, for now.
Yeah, it's the X-0, isn't it? With barrier.
Yeah, is it like the DM or something?
Yeah, boy's sliding in the DMs without big meat going on.
Okay, yeah.
The meat has got the artwork on it. He just slid in there with that sweet inevitable, and obviously having barrier is very, very strong. Like obviously Dominimon's kind of weakness is obviously Digivolve. To be honest, that's not just Dominimon's issue. That's everything issue. Like everything is literally getting clapped by Digivolve. And has been plays where they're just like, I'm just gonna hard slam this Digimon down, see if we can Digivolve that kind of beat going on. So yeah, but like you say, as soon as you're into him, the opponent's in for a rough time. And you got to think of like realistically the placement of where Digimon's gonna be. 5 cards in security, 5 cards in your hand. That's 10 cards. That's a quarter of your deck. where effectively it could be. Yeah, so it's really quite achievable to get into him quite quickly.
I think I had one game where I was complaining because it was the one game I didn't see Digimon the whole tournament, and it went sour. And then I was just joking like, "Oh, I'm not going to see Digimon. It's over." And I saw my security turn 1, and it was 3 of these dudes just chilling out, and I was like, I was smiling, and that was it. That's the game. Literally, that's such a high roll. Disgusting.
So every time I see you big cheesing with a big grin, I'm like, oh, I'm cooked, right? Cooked on the rivals.
Yeah. I mean, people at locals joke that I get Dominion on turn 2 pretty much every game. I think like literally every game, and again, that is the deck's game plan, and it's built for that, so it's doing it right.
Completely.
Obvious synergy that I did touch on. Dominion, if one of your angels is going to leave, you trash your security. Perfect couple with the Angelo. You've gone down 3 or lower or whatever. Time to recover. It's a 0 cost protection. It's not once per turn. Will catch people off. It caught someone off actually at the regional. And it's got some weird interactions. You're going to have to look at some rulings. A lot of these cards have some strange rulings. I can't touch on everything, but the Minimon does specify when one of your Digimon with Angel would leave the battlefield, you can trash one to save it.
Yeah.
It says 1, but if you was to Crimson Blaze for 50 million DP, and I had this many like Angels on board, I only trash 1. I don't trash 4. Strangely, but yeah, insane. The GOAT.
That's a new ruling, isn't it? Because
it might be.
Because originally I think it's the same. Definitely correct if I'm wrong. I think it's the same. Like if you was going to say if you was going to be DP minus Dimini, technically you could keep trashing your security.
Yeah, that's true.
and then die. So you could go to zero security. If you was going to rage quit. Like,
yeah. Insecurity. You just start picking it up, putting it in the trash. Like no.
No. Yes, yes. I have nothing left. Sort of thing. And I think that is the rule. And I think it sees it as 1, and it'll only happen once, and then you just trash 1, which is once again fantastic. And I think that's what gave that Dominion more of a boost in terms of it was a nice little cheeky buff, which is lovely.
So yeah, the Boyo himself, really good card. The rest level 6 is for Angels. People toolbox different ways. I view Angels as a mid-range list. I don't play it as a control deck. I will control the board early and kill you on like turn 3 onwards. I had some games that I'd played both games and won, I think, by 15 minutes. So I'm playing like a yellow control deck, and in 15 minutes I'm going outside to chill out for a bit because I've killed them. And I'm going to show you how. So
love it.
Or of another Yu-Gi-Oh card. Literally, all these cards are crazy, man. Cherubi, another card I could speak about for 20 minutes. It does too much. Put very shortly, it literally does too much. As you should know, we blast into it or we slam it, whatever we're doing. Hopefully blasting, but if we do slam it, whatever, we DP minus 4k for every other Digimon, not itself. And it's premium, until the end of their turn DP, if you like.
Yep.
Say they have Magna Rex, and you've got enough bodies on board just to shrink it down to 0. Their turn starts, it loses immunity, it dies instantly. I turn skip someone with this at locals, didn't get to it at regional, where I put a immune War Grey from Adventure to 0, passed them like 1 memory. Their turn starts, it pops, my turn again. Whoops, that can happen. Cherubi, man. Cheating out yellow Digimon, level 4 or lower, is a big component to why I don't play Ukamon or any like more, I say janky, but a different flavor of this deck. And we have amazing targets. You can Cherubi into Pillow. You've just played a Digimon by effect. No one else is going to do that now until this guy's gone. Insane turn pass. Luxmon's a little searcher, like I say, but doesn't always find what I want. Patamon on play, I might be able to manipulate security, trigger my Anji-Womons.
Yeah.
And then it can play level 4s. I do quite often just chuck out like a Gato, and then aim for the memory tax on their turn, and also having a higher DP for Alliance later, and a blast target. It's a toolbox, right? I can say all this, but per game there is a more correct choice when you have these choices in your hand for what you should pursue.
Completely.
Insane card.
True.
I don't know what else to say about it. This is how we kill people, and I'll show you after the profile.
Yeah, completely. True money is it's the reason why it's expensive. Like I say, you're getting that board advantage. You also then getting insane aggro, and it ensures that you're going to be swinging for so high DP thresholds that security don't matter.
Yeah,
we get to a point.
It's jamming with more words. Yeah,
literally getting to a point where there's not many option cards that we do crash into. That might change depending on how Bandai is printing cards. Obviously we've got, I won't even say Ragnarok Cannon's not necessarily a big threat because obviously its sec effect is completely different to its actual on play. But yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see where they kind of go because they are kind of pushing option cards a little bit more. But at the moment, Cherubi's just chewing through that security easy.
Yep, it's worth noting as well, if you've got the board set up and you hit Rivals Barrage, the Minimon will save you Cherubi,
That is very true. That is
so,
very true. So
for this deck specifically,
Yeah. Options don't matter. Ignore what I just said
Options
before.
don't matter. Devo does. We worry about Devo a lot. Don't get Devoed, but we figured that out. My last 2 cards for my level 6 slot, 2 Shadow Seraphi. One of my personal favorite cards in this game, especially the old one. I just think it's so sick.
Yes.
What an insane trap card this is. This won me some games alone. Angel's biggest strength, before I go too much on this card, it's a toolbox deck. If the people don't know what you're playing, like you've just put it together, gone to a regional like I did, or you go to your locals for the first time, there's different level 6s you could choose to play. They have to try and compute all that in the brain when they swing. Like, if you got Shadow Seraphi in hand, Cherubi, if you got the Seraphi Ace or whatever, or if you got the, is it Ordine? Not Ordine, sorry, Ophanimon.
Yes.
Like, there's so many weird choices, and you could make an argument for most of them. Currently, these are the best. If Royal Knights weren't a thing, I might play more than these 2. But if you're in a matchup like Royal Knights, this guy's just a brick. It is what it is. Devo 3, I keep talking about Devo because it's the bane of this deck. Devo 3 on a blast. Again, at the regional against an adventure player, he swung his Melga Ace with Alliance. I think it was like 25k or something. And I was like, okay, if I Devo that 3 times back to an Agumon, how big is it? And he's just looking at me like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Devo this 3 times. I'm going to take 5k off it, and then I'm going to block it. And then he scooped. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, literally. And he hadn't seen this card until that point. It was like the final game. So obviously he's probably playing around these in his head a bit. It's like, oh, I might get minus 8k or something.
Yeah.
How about like technically like minus, I don't even know how much it were. Like I took about 16k off it or something.
Completely.
Crazy card.
And figure just sorry,
yeah.
On
No, it's all good.
On Shadow Seraphi, is it up to 3 Digivolve up to 3, or is it just Digivolve 3?
I'm gonna get cooked in the comments. I'm pretty sure every Devo that specifies like a 2 or 3 is up to and a choice, so you can stop wherever you need to, or stop at a level 3, whatever comes first.
Perfect.
There is a world where they're playing a deck where they're swinging a level 6 which has an egg under it and doesn't have a rookie. Say however that's happened, Source Strip or some weird engine, and you Devo it to an egg. You choose like the 1, and then it's an egg now, it just dies, rather than going to stuff that they've DNA'd with, let's say, underneath or something. And you just like, I'm gonna stop there. So yeah, to my knowledge, I didn't actually do that at the regional if I'm wrong, but I'm 99% sure.
Yeah. To be honest, like the only reason why I like mentioned it was because it was kind of news to me, because I always just was like, yeah, Devo 3, like regardless. And then like when someone mentioned it, I was like, oh, I actually could choose how far I wanted the Evo. I'm like, okay, game changer. So I just wanted to make sure if that was the same kind of application with Shadow Seraphi. Like, Shadow Seraphi is definitely one of when I saw that, I was like, I need to get that card. Like, I think
same. I
think when it got revealed, I was like, get the R's. Like it's such a timeless card. Obviously, I can palette in my Central deck, which I did do for quite a bit of time. And I think just being able to de-digivolve, and then as well, if you just happen to block something, minus 5k. Is it?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, it's just a really overtuned card, and the fact that I can
and
Evo
the minus 5k can go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
You can just snipe something else while you block the main body that you've just Evo, and you can take 2 bodies out. It's crazy, but yeah, go on, sorry.
yeah, literally, you just finished 50% there, Chief. Like, it's just a really good comeback card, and the fact that also it can Evo on top of actually Seraphimon.
Yep.
That's
it. Yeah, that used to come up in the old list. Yeah.
Filthy. But no
one plays around that.
Exactly. But no, this ratio is clean. I can't not follow it at all. Diminimon, main playmaker. Trubimon, your main aggro, kind of closing out, and then obviously you got that beautiful sweet spot when it comes to that gorgeous defense play. And also can still be aggressive there as well. Like, he's going to be a blocker. He's going to minus 5k. Yeah. This top end is beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
I wouldn't change this currently in this current meta with it being so wide. And again, I'm playing like an aggro tempo-y style, and we need these colors, which I'll show you shortly. One last thing about Diminimon before I forget while it's in my mind. Against some decks, like I'm saying, if your stack gets de-evoed and you lose your Diminimon, you're kind of cooked. When I was against 7 Great Demon Lords in the final, I was ready to slam this for 12, so we couldn't de-evo it with Beelzemon. That was something that is a play I considered, I was ready to do, and luckily I didn't need to. There's nothing wrong with that in certain matchups. This card is so important. If they're only out to Diminimon is de-evo, and if you can stick it, you're going to win.
Yeah.
12 memory, bro. You've passed me 3, you're now on, what, 9 or whatever. Enjoy. Like, he comes out.
Well,
so yeah, something to keep in mind.
I suppose that as well. Like when you are playing against like 7 Great Demon Lords, say like if they went first, they pass you to 7. Throwing that down to 12 is not that bad at all. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad at all.
Definitely a play.
Like
Definitely a play.
Like what can they do? And then like you're just basically, they're not gonna out it. You're gonna be setting up further, and then you just close out with your true Mon Ace, and there it is.
You've got to get into a weird mindset, like I said with this deck. The memory gauge is a lie. We're happy to slam Cherubi for 7 sometimes. We're happy to slam this for 12 sometimes. Kind of that security control mindset that I came from. Not to out myself, but yeah.
But it's that kind of knowledge though, where this is why this set profiles could be good and really insightful for people who already want to. Well, obviously veterans are going to adapt this list and tweak it to their own play styles, and I always encourage people to do that because everyone plays quite differently. But like for people who are actually kind of getting into the game, it's this kind of knowledge and insight that is very crucial to further develop their skills. And even me just listening to this is just making me like, I'm getting excited. I'm just like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I want to sit and cook my own Angels deck. But you know, I'm on that payroll and I got a mortgage to pay off, so I got to lock in. You know what I'm saying? But let's get over to the options and tamers, because I think this is the bit where I actually don't know what you're cooking at this point. So
I actually have a bit more spice before that, which I don't know if you knew about.
Oh no. Okay, sure. let's ponder replay back to the level 6 and maybe the level 7s here. Let's see what I go on.
Second MVP, Pillamon's number 1. Okay, Pillamon's the waifu of this deck.
Okay.
Boulder Arms, right?
Oh, here he is. Here, my favorite card.
I know I've said it 10 times this video. Yu-Gi-Oh card, insane card. I don't know why this got printed how it did. It's abused in so many engines that it's not really designed for. I'm yet to see like the core. Is it Leomon? Whoever goes into it.
X-0.
Don't know what that is. X-0, yeah. Yet to see this actually do the Chaosmon play to me. Insane card. DNA is over a yellow and a green or black. Quick flashback to the level 6s we're playing. Yellow, yellow black, yellow green. Real simple.
Yo.
And never forget, obviously, if it ever came up, you know, 2 Cherubis, a yellow and green with DNA in it. Memory-wise, it's going to give you 2 memory when you DNA. There are worlds where you raw dog just evo it, but we don't need to worry about that too much. Let's assume we're DNAing and playing to win. You're going to gain 2 memory. You're going to get the luxury of doing what Paildramon does, is it? You get to stun their board.
Yeah, completely.
You get a level 7, they do it at level 5, but that's life, I guess. We have to work a bit harder. Security tab +1, it's 2 checks. I don't know why. Don't know why they did that, but they did, and I abuse it. And then finally, the silliest thing is partition. Maybe my most hated keyword actually in this game. I'm really not a big fan of it. I like the concept, I hate how it plays. But anyway, let's assume, you know, we've gone yellow over green. We've got more stack here, but these are the 2 6s. They rivals barrage this. Okay, cool, partition time. Oh yeah, on play I'm going to play something, I'm going to neg your board, you know, like... Yeah. Why? Why does it have that kind of protection? Insane.
It is, even in its own deck, it's very scary because they have built-in barrier. So
right, I see.
So the only thing you can get around with partition is if it's deleted by battle.
Yep.
I can't do that. So I'm forced to just either take an L or take an absolute wrath of then Bancho Leo and the freaking Valdemon or whatever it's called. So yeah.
Yeah, like the bird or something, right?
Yeah. It's disgusting. I completely agree. How it's printed is very weird because you're getting benefit from kind of both aspects of DNA or just Evo straight into it. It's like a combination of like the perfect example how I think of it is like Ragnarlord BT3, where it's not like a DNA, but you can just stack. You can just tuck basically a Brialudramon or the other one and gain free memory and just either for free. It's like the old school kind of DNA way, but this has just got both of them. It's like so you can have DNA, get both of them, or do the other one. And yeah, granted, you're gonna be still paying the cost, but you still get the OP DNA effect. There's no downside to it.
You don't have to DNA this card to get its effects. It's just when Digivolving. It counts your level 6s for your memory gain, so it's a 4-cost Evo, I guess, technically as well, rather than 5, which is still great. Denying on plays against stuff like Demon Lords and Royal Knights is just funny. because they get to experience the pain they're causing you, where they can't play the game for a change. Insane card. I think you need 2 of these. If you're going to play this kind of list that I'm playing, we're killing people with this card and Shrubimon. We're not playing for late. You need them. Yeah, and I'll show you some stuff a bit after. Anything else on that?
Yeah, completely. You just throw that Uno reverse card back at them. You're like, yo, enjoy. You ain't doing nothing for a turn, but I'm gonna finish this. it's what
yeah, exactly, man. How many comments did I get on this card? I think one opponent said, I said something like, "Have you got any blockers?" He's like, "How are you gonna attack? You haven't got rush," and everything's sideways. So I was like, "Oh yeah, do an for game." Like, and it was like, "What?" You know, like people weren't ready for this card. I had other comments on it as well. Just everyone was flabbergasted by this card. I know it's popping up in more and more Angel lists. I guess Angel is just so underrepresented. Like no one thinks about it, you know.
Completely. And I think it's one of those where it's like, once again, you do have to be that kind of player that's always locked in and thinking about the plays and so forth. And that I always say that Angels is not an entry level deck to kind of go into, because you can't just take this to a regionals and just pray that you just win. You can't net deck this. Like, all I'm saying is that you can't net deck this, but this profile right here is definitely going to teach you how to be proficient with the deck so you perform well.
Yeah, fully agree. I think Angel's got kind of a low skill floor, but it's got a high skill ceiling.
Yeah.
In the sense that if you manage to establish the Minimon and Jubomon, against some decks you're pretty chilling.
Yeah.
But you need to know the matchups through and through with this deck. You need to know what their outs are to your Domini. You need to know what's coming. For example, like earlier, slamming Dominimon against 7 Great Demon Lords, you need to know that you're willing to pay 12 for that interaction, or you can get washed. Stuff like that. So yeah, fully agree. Okay. Is this my favorite card in the game after Venusmon? Maybe. My boy. Every regional I've topped. Coming first here, coming 12th last year at Manchester. I played 4 of these. What a card of all time.
TK.
Another controversial card for Angels. You'll often hear people discussing packs like, oh, TK after you've got 1 down kind of doesn't do anything when you play the second. Or you'll hear, you could just play the Kari packages, and you've got Kari TK that see Angels. People are free to do what they want, and people are free to clown on my dude. But this, what a card, man. Turn 1, I'm putting a rookie here. I'm slamming TK. I'm checking out if Dominimon's here. That is so valuable. If you were to play any other Tamer package like Kari's, on my sleeves as well, I rookie Kari, I don't know what's in my security, you know? So I'm pushing blind, like, to get punished and bodied. No, I want to see what's in there. The spookiest part of TK in this deck, just real quick, is if he's checked and you've loaded your security up, let's say this is the bottom of my security, it's to Minimon, TK is checked, you get scrambled up. That is the only downside for me. You need 4, you need the memory, you need to see what's in there. But sorry, yeah, go on.
No, completely. And to be honest, I was one of those suckers that used to play Kari, and obviously we kind of like do that memory tax and so forth. But like thinking about it, like you are completely right. Like realistically, you do want to see this card first. Like basically, as soon as you reveal your 5, I've got TK, banging, sweet. Okay, I'm basically revealing my security. Great, combat piece in there, happy days. Let me get a piece out here so I can actually do what I need to do for later play, or to kind of initiate the combo. On top of that, then once again, you're setting up, ensuring that you're always going to go to 3. Being at 3 memory with Angels is comfy.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is.
You are comfortable. So yeah, I see the vision and I respect it.
Some intricate stuff with him. You are taking a card out of your security if you choose to add one, and Jubomon will see you do that and potentially recover you. Gatomon will see you take something out and gain you a memory. Patamon will see on the inherit that you've put something back in, gain you a memory. There's weird worlds where you slam this down like a bit into mid game, and it's like a 2-cost tamer maybe to search 5 cards or whatever it is. Just a lot of triggers in this deck you need to keep in your mind, and they do come up. Trying to think of some now that I might miss. There might be some missing as we're talking, but you just see it in the game. But yeah, I'm not saying it could happen. You know, it's probably quite rare. But you have all your Angiwomons on field. You TK your last security. You know, recover 1, recover 3, or whatever. Like, cool.
Completely. No, I respect it. It makes logical sense. Like say, that security knowledge is huge. It's why TK
it's everything.
is good. It's why TK is good. It's like, I don't want to say. I want to say he's at the same level as Davis, like BT3 Davis. So obviously BT3 Davis is good because of that surge and just being able to pick up two colors. That's why it's so good in that Imperial list in that sense. For Angels, having that knowledge for you to then grab what you need to grab and insight to your security is massive, and it also controls how you then play. And that's how security control was. Yep. As soon as security control knew what they were in their security, they're like, I'm just gonna chill for a bit because I know I've got like four kill options that are gonna absolutely ruin their day. I'm gonna take my time.
Yeah, the 4 chaos decks are just chilling. You're like, okay, I got a few moments here. I'm gonna think.
Yes, I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna do what I need to do. Maybe throwing in reinforcing in memory boost.
Oh god, yeah, what a card.
When that was at 4, but
never got to experience it. Wish I did.
Oh mate.
Is there any other last bits on TK before I forget? I think that's probably it. There's probably some more with this dude, but he's lit. It doesn't even feel bad when you have 2. It's a combo deck, like you mentioned. You took the words out of my mouth. Even just taking a combo piece out, like the Magna that lets you warp up, the Magnange, beautiful, like banging every time. Never less than 4. The only world I would swap any of this is if Gallantmon was tier 0 and I'd play the barrier Kari, because I'm scared. But we're not in that world, thankfully.
I respect it. Okay, options.
Consistency from here.
Yeah.
Yellow memory boost, yellow memory boost, yellow memory boost, yellow memory boost. Okay. We're a Digimon deck. We don't play really many options. We're playing honest Digimon. Yeah. We need to see them. You need to see your combo pieces. Rookie memory boost, find a piece, cool. I'll sort my security later with my Cupimon. I would never play less than 4.
Mm-hmm.
Having the ability to gain 2 memory is important, which I will show later. I mean, it's important in general, right? But to kill people, it's important. Especially if we have the TK down and we can go to 5 on a whim. That's game.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what these are, consistency boosters. Everything's yellow in the deck. No misses. Play Ukomon, you're going to miss him. I guess I'm planning on Ukomon as much as I can. I don't know why. I love that dude, but not in this deck.
I think that's it. Sometimes you don't need to overcomplicate it. Like I feel like some people just throw the Ukomon glue in there because it's Ukomon, and Ukomon is a great card. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you don't always have to throw it in there. And like you say, the memory gain, if you're building out a wide board and you've got those set up, and you choke them, they can't do much. I can't out. Well, one, I couldn't out them before because Dominion was outfield. But now I can't even solidify my board because I have got little memory, unless I've got a memory set out, to do something. And I completely agree with it with the members as well. Because sometimes, you might not open up with a rookie. Let's just say Patamon might be on vacay. True. You know what I mean? So sometimes you might just have to throw down just a nice little cheeky memory boost in there, just to kind of search out, get your combo out, and then from there pop off, because realistically you are a deck that can basically restabilize yourself. So even if you think, even if they're perfect thinking, oh man, I got this down the ropes, easy work. Nah, chief. Nah, I'm gonna recover that well back up. You had the tempo at the start, but I'm gonna recover right back up and get control. So yeah, having the memory boost makes sense. But let's conclude for the 2 spicy options here. What got going on?
Scrambles. 2 scrambles. So, backstory on me, playing Angels a while ago, I thought this would be a terrible idea for the deck, because if you're able to fully utilize Scramble, your board's empty. If your board's empty as Angels, like turn 3-4, you're probably already losing. Something's gone wrong. Your Dominion's been outed. Now, it is a cool catch-up card. You can cheat out a Patamon to go into your, start a main, start Evoing back up. It's not why we play it. Does come up, not why we play it. This is a combo piece for lethal. It almost could just read Blinding Ray with how I mainly use it, however crazy that is. Being able to reduce the Evo cost and keep turn opens up kill windows. I'll show that after the profile. Get excited for that. Show you how to kill people from 4 security just consistently. But yeah, again, still such a good card. I mean, if it comes out of security, you get to cheat out a Digimon right from Crash. You've got some good rookies down here that are 2k or less. Let me just quickly flick back. I don't think any are more than 2k. From memory, yeah, so you can play everything,
Nice.
Yeah, Pillow Mon's good in this situation. Here it comes before we partition or something, whatever interaction's coming up. Yeah, not much to say. We know what it does. Being able to recover something from trash to top of deck comes up more often. Let's say they've hit a Valder arm out, and my board's kind of chilling. I might just put it on top and kill him. I think that did come up as well against someone. I just put it back. I was like, okay, scramble, Valder arm, game. So
And
yeah, that's the 50. Yeah.
And that's it as well. Like, I think scrambles are always, like, I feel like it's came to the, depending on, obviously, I think, obviously, standards kind of like two scrambles. And I think that's always stayed, like, tried and true, really. I tried 3 scrambles even in Cinderella, which actually, like, the mythology would actually work really good in that deck, but I even went down to 2 with that because it just felt like it wasn't necessarily needed all the time, but when it did come up, it was just right. And like you say, reducing that Evo cost, in order for you to just really execute some, awesome kill turns, which the opponent may not have been expecting, because let's face it, Angels isn't it's not the most common deck that you would face, so you're further surprising them with a scramble. And it was like, so it's kind of like they weren't expecting that, and then you've just then blown them out of the water. So I respect the play and getting some key pieces that you may need. Maybe you need a freaking another Dominion, you know what I mean? Like. Just,
man. Yeah, can come up.
It can come up. If people know how to play against Angels, or even just, like Angel decks, it's like aggro decks can kind of trip you up a little bit if they basically knock your security lower. So you can't fully utilize that. 9 times out of 10, with looking at this list, you're pushing out and you're getting full execution of that security that you've got nicely planned there, especially if you've got TK out there as well really early. But yeah, I respect that. I respect the scramble play there. Makes complete sense.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's a bit unintuitive till you think about it and you feel it. Because we don't always Evo, we slam a lot in this deck. So why have we got this Evo reducer? But I'll show you why. So I hope everyone likes the 50. If I was going to change anything in this deck currently, I would consider finding room for one more Pillarmon. Because again, to go, what I would cut, I don't know. I might just rock up with 51 cards and not tell anyone. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because there's so many good cards. I guess it's either the promo pattern or Lux. I would miss whichever one I cut. So for now, it is what it is. 2 of each. But
I suppose it is a tough call because they've both got great applications. Obviously, Lux is an angel, so obviously that inheritable from the level 5 is going to come up quite clutch if you need a little cheeky little low level blocker. But just having that nice little additional Patamon to reduce Evo cost into Angemon can come for there as well. So it is a tough one. It is a tough one, but bro, undefeated Angels, baby, like you was eating. So maybe you don't need to touch the list. Maybe
true. The list is chilling, I think. Yeah.
So obviously you mentioned about some combos, which obviously I think people are really thirsty to see, because like I say, Angels is not a deck that you can pick up. You want to make sure that you are very well informed in terms of the combos that you can pull out. So yeah, make sure that you do stick around to see these powerful plays, because once again, Demonic utilized these combos and got him the dub at the Wakefield Store Regional. So further ado, let's see these combo plays.
I'll demonstrate real quick. Gonna have to use a bit of fear at mine, but I'll do my best. Assume this is the opponent's security, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't have an egg doing this, but it doesn't matter too much. There is an egg under here. So I'm going to establish my first Minimon, hopefully on turn 2, however I've done it. Patamon's done some stuff. And he's cheated out the energy well. This is the typical combo. If you're not familiar with that combo, scroll back a bit or read the cards. You're going to end up with these 2 bodies. It's now their turn. Comes back to my turn. If I can get to 3 or 4 memory with the right cards, there's a lethal line. So very important, this will be sideways, because as I push this Domini out, if I can, I'm swinging it with Barrier as Gato and putting them to 4 security, okay? This card's pretty much always swinging when it comes out.
Yeah.
They're at 4 security, they feel pretty safe, right? And let's assume I don't even get to blast or anything, right? So it's my turn. With Scramble, we can Evo into Cherubi for cost -1.
Yeah.
So let's say we've got the memory set. We're using a lot of hypotheticals because we have to have the setup, and it's a lot of game state.
Yes, sir.
With the 3 set, we scramble, go into Cherubi, keep turn, cheat something out. Whatever it is what it is. And now, depending on security sack, we can push for lethal as long as we have the Volder in hand. Now it sounds like a lot, and when you test it, it will just be intuitive and make sense. Let me find my folders. So this is the board state. A few ways to get there, like I'm talking through. For this example, let's say they've swung and now it's our turn starting from this point, right? They're at 4 security, we're setting to 3. We didn't need the scramble to cheat. This would be the most comfortable way of doing it.
Yeah.
We're going to swing 2 checks, 24k, which is crazy numbers, 2 security. It's as simple as DNA, 2 checks, 15k, and then your spare body for game, or whatever you pushed out.
Yeah.
Now, in that quick demonstration, it's kind of just, oh, that makes sense, but it's so unexpected, especially if you have to do it yourself. Let's say we're pushing out real quick. So that's if they give you the opportunity with a blast. Yeah, let me find a rookie. Comes back to us, our board states like this. They're at 4 security. We push the rookie out, we do whatever triggers, no worries. Hit the scramble. Out comes Cherubi. We keep in turn, we're cheating something out, we don't care.
Yeah.
And it's the exact same. 2 checks, 24. Cool. Boom. 2 checks, 15. Partition barrier. Cool. And then the rookie just goes in. Came up so much. I turn 3'd people with this combo. If it all lines up beautifully, on turn 3 they're at 4 security and they're dead. No one expected it.
You know what? This explains why, one, I couldn't see you half the time in the event. Because you was already in the smoking area.
I was outside.
You were outside there chilling.
Yeah,
Bro, I'm there playing Armor Rush. I'm like, I should be out there smoking. I didn't even smoke. I could have taken it up.
True.
But man, you out
That's
there
true.
cleaning up with this sick ass combo right now. And that's the thing. It is explosive. Very explosive.
It's insane, man.
And they can't really out this shit. Like, do you
It's
remember
hard to interact with.
Yeah. Sheesh.
2 checks, 24 with Dominion protection. You know, we don't care. Spend all your stuff down, get your memory. We've stunned you, stop stuff, 2 checks. Cool. And then anything for game. The Cherubi target or a rookie coming out, or just a spare piece you have. You do end up going wide with this deck. You're naturally just going to have like a Angie Wilmon just chilling.
Yeah.
And you're like, no security, okay. I'm not scared of Ace Overflow, we're going in, you know? It is really goated, man.
And I suppose then, like, you know, when you mentioned obviously about the additional pillow and you know, kind of the rookie lineup sort of thing, I suppose then, like, obviously with this kind of combo execution, realistically having the Luxmon to be an angel kind of solidifies that combo because you can't out it because the
That's true. Yeah.
So like you will just 100% get that off.
And it's interesting because people will usually react. If they're going to react, it's probably going to be at the stage where you've got the 24k alliance check coming in because they might not even know you play Velderom. You've not shown them yet.
Yeah.
Huge damage, 2 checks. They've got something they can try and do. Okay, I guess I'm blasting into something and trying to do something. And then you just come out with a natty Velderom. Lose your Dominion on protection, like you say, but Luxmon was already safe.
Yes. Yeah.
It is. It is kind of just uninteractive to an extent, man. I don't want to say it's unfair, but I'm glad I'm on this side of the table.
Yeah, completely. And I think like this, I think there's a lot of setup for you to get to that point. Like, it's comfortable you getting to that point versus something that's just like, I don't know, like overpowered. Let's just say like, yeah, I can always get to this point and it always just basically just destroy you no matter what. Depending on certain decks, if they do have Digivolve, you won't always be able to get that off. But it really depends on what the Digivolve effect does. Because if they just Digivolve and that's it, it's not really doing that much. If it's Digivolve and then pop something based on play cost, then yeah, that can shaft you. Like Pyramidi being an example. If it was
Pyramid is horrendous.
Yeah, if it was an ace, pop play cost 4, your aces are 4. Yeah, Andrew was 4.
Correct.
Magnus 4 on there.
Correct,
So the only thing that you've got there effectively is just the blue yellow one, which can effectively save you. So it is very matchup dependent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fully agree. Matchup knowledge is so important to this deck. You need to know what their outs are, what the interactions are. You can't be finding out when you swing your Cherubian that they're going to Devo your Angie Wilmon Cherubi back into like a Gato and then overflow 7. You can't be finding out you're going to lose 7 memory on the spot. You need to know what's coming up.
Lose overflow 7. You
Yeah,
could.
yeah,
Just
that
fold the
came up as
map.
well.
Yeah, just fold the
Yeah.
map. You're done. You're done. Because yeah, that's awful. And I'll tell you from my experience versus purple hybrid, throwing Paladin, removing their trash, thinking yeah I'm sweet, and then going to them a promo Gallantmon, and then they proceeded to tap that through my security. It was not the wave. So overflow is very punishable. You think you may got him, but God, like if they can clap back on it, they will. Yeah, the game is theirs.
Just make sure you don't play scared with your overflows. It is part of the deck. You're gonna have to accept if you get outed, it's dangerous. But we again, it's tempo, right? We're investing that memory now to win the game now, and worry about getting blown out later and bouncing back. Yeah, insane. Like I say, just getting to full security. I think maybe every game the first rookie I pushed in some way swung. Whether it was still just a Patamon that whiffed on here, and it just goes in. Ideally a Gatomon, so I can just barrier and it's a free check.
Yeah.
Or if you know loads of memory or whatever, you're swinging in bigger, but you get them to 4 as soon as you can. Lethal's lined up.
Completely.
No one's ready for it until you do it to him.
And this is level insight that people need. Like I feel like this, obviously we see like angel deck profiles on YouTube, but this in-depth insight is valuable, and I feel like if you want to be Paladin Angels, like I feel like I was watching this. I'm saying watching this as I'm interviewing you. I'm like yeah, like I believe, like I can be demonic, like you know what I mean, like it's just that level of insight of just knowing how to effectively play Angels being the thing, and it's to the point where you say like it does have it is low. Do you say low skill?
Low skill floor.
Yeah. When you're there, you're there. Like depending on what matchups you're facing, you're pretty much there. But when you get to that high level ceiling and know the essentially the meta, you know the outs, you know what you're going to be strong against, you know how to kind of out those outs. That's when you are sitting pretty nicely with when you are Paladin Angels. And I think this is.
Yeah, I fully agree.
I think this is an absolutely flawless list, man. I'm very happy. I'm so happy that 1, you smashed it. 2, you locked it in because it was funny on the journey up where he was just like, I don't know what I'm playing. And then like even worse, when he was like, I'm coming down with cold. I'm like, lock in. Like,
I know. I think I had Blue Galaxy on the app locked in maybe 5 minutes before the event started. Like, I was that close to playing Blue Galaxy, and I swapped it twice. And I was like, oh, everyone around me was saying, oh, play Angels, you know, Zach and Alan and stuff, just play it. And I was like, oh, right, I guess I'll play Angels, I guess. And then, I played Angels.
And there you are. When I came outside in the winner's circle smoking a vape, I'm like, yo, but man's big chilling up in there. Like, gotta get a snapshot of that bad boy before he turns famous. But no, you absolutely deserve it. You played a phenomenal set of games, and I just want to say, like, on this video, just a massive thank you to like Living Realms as well, just for really.
Insane, man!
Absolutely delivering a fantastic video. I'll have pictures flowing through the video, and if not, obviously go to my my X profile where you can see some of the photos there. It's just a really great venue, and I hope that they do more of those. Because I feel like the vibe was fantastic, great players, really good. Everyone just showcasing the skills and just like the passion of the decks that they are representing, and then obviously for yourself, you know, just representing Angels, being one of like your, you know, many pet decks. I mean, you've got a lot of SPs of Angels, so the fact that you managed to pilot it, even though you was very close to you know, taking Blue Galaxy in, you went with it and you piloted it as if it was your first choice.
Yeah, true. I don't want to gas myself up too much. I think there's a lot of luck to runs, but I did play out my mind in some games. Like, in retrospect, I was like, oh yeah, that was perfect. I think there was like maybe 2 misplays in the whole day, and they were both Pillowmoning at the wrong time. Like, literally, I had a Pillowmon out, and I had a Volder, and it went to partition, and I couldn't because my own Pillowmon. And I didn't even need to play it on the turn pass, and I was like, oh yeah, word. So I stopped myself. Stuff like that, you know? This card, you got to be ready for it.
Completely. And I suppose on that sense, on top of that, you wasn't expecting to be outed. in essence.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like,
That's true.
like realistically, you was thinking, I'm eating. Like, if you go to chaos, you eat it. But they are. You're like, oh shit, and then, oh shit. Like, actually, I've got this menace who should have been a menace on the opponent's turn, but actually it's a bit of a menace on my own turn, sort of thing. So it's like it's that kind of hindsight that you wasn't expected to see happen, but it did happen, and I couldn't imagine that would happen a lot of times. Especially since you only run 2. so
he raw dog rival barrage my stack, and I was like, oh yeah, that's an interaction that can happen. I was like, okay, overflow, because I couldn't protect anything. I can run matchups if you want, and then maybe like one spicy hidden knowledge, and then that'd be a wrap if you want.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So quickly, I'll try to zoom through them.
Obviously, it was 6 rounds in total.
6 rounds.
Long day.
Kind of a mini regional, right? I mean, for a small store regional, 6 rounds. I've played regionals that are 7 rounds, so it's kind of up there, I'd say.
Legit.
I don't know.
So,
yeah.
Take us through round 1. Round 1. What
sounds
are we going
good.
off against?
Real quick one. Against Bloomlord. I'm a huge fan of Bloomlord. My friend Alan's piloted that deck for so long. I've seen it so much. I know it. I could probably play it from playing against it 500 times now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 5,000 times I played that deck. I did the push a rookie, swing 1 check. Next turn, do 4 security in game, back to back, with Valderam. I think I was done in 20 minutes, and that's including, game started, we're not even fully shuffled up. Like the timer started, sorry. By 20 minutes, we were shaking hands. I felt really bad for him because I did high roll him. Yeah. And I even said to him on the last game, I was swinging Valderam, and I was like, if you have Zafargam on ace, I lose the game. Maybe no. Because my board was unprotected. I had all these aces chilling out, whatever it were.
Yeah.
He just didn't have it. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go chill outside for 30 minutes. Which is a really nice change for me, because normally I go to time with all my control decks, but yeah. So 2-0 Bloom.
Nice. Round 2. Hit me with it.
Round 2. Blue-Green Imperial. A deck that I hate personally a lot. Angels loves playing against it. It's a really unfortunate matchup for him. They swing in with the DNA pile. I'm threatening. I've shuffled this up a bit now, but I'm threatening aces, right?
Yeah.
I Shadow Seraphia. It's de-evoed, wherever he is chilling out somewhere.
Yeah, it's done, isn't it? It's done. I'm like, bro,
it's a wrap.
Yeah, like literally, like Pet Pale Drum swing.
Yeah, that's it.
Devo, you're dead. You don't even get jamming. like,
done, bro.
It's like you made
me. Next game.
Yeah. Oh, mate, yeah.
And I think I mentioned that. I don't even know if that came up, but I know both games on his first swing out, I blasted Cherubi into pillow, -8K'd his Pale Digimon, and then he couldn't partition. And I did that both games, which was very lucky to see this guy, I will admit. I saw 2 in the first game in my first 7 cards, and I saw 1 in my opening hand the next game. Ken and Davis hate this dude. Partition hates this dude, but I love him. So I don't know.
Well,
it negates the whole engine.
Apart from that one time where you're.
But we don't talk about that anymore.
We don't about that one time.
I will talk about it in the final, I guess. But yeah, that was a misplay, bro. So that was it really. He couldn't do anything, and I just swung him out. Just keep this guy on board, chilling.
Nice.
Nothing more to say. A really strong deck that batters a lot of decks is, it beats a lot of decks, Blue-Green Imperial, because it'll just stun your board. The hardest part of that matchup is there are worlds that keep DNA in and you can't swing for game. Because you're just sideways.
Yeah, and you're stunned as well,
but that didn't come up. Yeah, you're just stunned out, and you're either DNAing and trying or pushing. It gets a bit goofy, but we're okay to play for late with this deck, right? We can play late. It's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. You can recover that bad boy up. It's all good. You can restabilize.
Exactly, yeah. And always threaten aces, which is disgusting.
Yes.
Round 3. I was against Gallant. This is one of my boys, Jordan, which is such a shame when you queue into the homie, but it just has to happen. No big highlights. Gallant is a scary deck for this build. I think if you was to run I don't know, AIs playing the decks, Angels just majority loses because Raid is horrendous for Domini, we've got to let him go. Or we can barrier, trash, and then Gallant's like, oh, I didn't kill anything, let's start trashing. And there's so many weird, ugly interactions for this deck. Yeah. But I was lucky, game 1, I think he searched maybe 15 cards deep and didn't find a level 5. Playing Gallant.
Oh no.
And it sucks for him, right? I mean, I'm good for him, but I'm on the other side of the table, chill. Like, this is what I need to win, kind of. Game 2 was very back and forth. I went through all 4 of my Dominimons, and he ended up decking out. But again, it was such a long game, and if it weren't for Angemon recovering me 1 from 0 security, I'd have lost. So the tech came up. I think on the final turn when we went to time, I was ready to concede and go for a tie because I thought I'd lost. And I obviously we're friends as well, right? So I'm literally saying to him, we both know the case. If you can rush me for game on this board, say you've seen the board, you know, we know what's happening. We're both out of cards. You just need to swing 1 more time. I think his Rush Gallant was in security. And his Rush Rookie or whatever was just in trash or something, so he just couldn't do it.
Sugar.
So yeah.
Man.
It sucks. Yeah, man, proper. So yeah, we got maybe the highlight of that game, if I can teach you anything, if I can find one real quick,
go for it.
Is tucking viruses with this dude.
Oh yes.
There was a time where he slammed the Crimson Blast mode. What is it called? Something like that. Gallant Crimson mode or whatever.
Yeah, Crimson mode. Yeah, Gallant Crimson mode.
It outed something important at the time. It was the correct move at the time as well. I think I might have had 0 security at this point.
Yeah.
He got rid of my last Dominimon with it, something like that. And then next turn, I scrambled the Magnet Ange on top, pushed Angemon. You know, we tucked his thing, overflowed 5. I went to like 10 or something because it's a virus, right? So we just put that ace in security, bro. We'll deal with that later. This guy can go here. Just always keep in mind viruses and this guy. Ask your opponent.
Always.
All the time.
Always.
Yeah, just ask if you don't know.
It's filth for that card, honestly. Like, it's got me out of some sticky situation. I think it got me out of a Def X-Mon at one point. Oh no, is Def X? No, Def X.
Oh, I don't know if that's unidentified. So you have to ask. You have to ask, boys. This is why.
Maybe it's not. No, maybe it wasn't that. It was something that I had to out. It was something that I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna out this, and I was like, is it a virus type? And they went, yes. I'm like, oh. You
just start laughing straight away, right? When they say yeah, just like, yeah, chill.
Let's go, let's go.
What a card!
Love it.
So
that was round 3.
That's round 3. Yeah.
4.
Round 4. Against Adventure. Now I've been very busy in real life. I've not really played much Digimon in a month, so a lot of opponents I sat down against that I didn't know. I was very open about that. I was saying if you play new decks, I'm going to be asking some questions, because I don't know what you're doing. I played against Adventure once or twice at locals, and that was enough to learn the matchup, luckily, but I was not fully prepared. The only best of 3 where I lost 1. Dominimon didn't turn up, as I alluded to a lot like at the start of the video. I made like a poverty stack to Ruby. I think I ended up swinging 4 security pretty early on. I hit the white tie, the red-yellow tamer, the green-blue, and the black something like that. I don't know the deck enough. I hit him a rainbow on my own accord. And I look at him, and I'm like, oh, I'll just lose now. And he's like, yeah, probably. I should have conceded the first game that I was losing just then, but I wanted to see his toolbox, so I just played it out. I knew it was over. I think we played another 2 turns, but I just wanted to see if he had any spice or cards I hadn't seen yet.
I like it.
So I was like, you know, edge of my seat, just learning.
Yes.
Trying to think if I think Angel's Auto wins that matchup if you get to play. You are too ignorant for that engine. Again, I've only played it a few times. I'll be talking out my arse a bit. Their blasts will not interact with you if they're not blockers. So when your Angels are swinging in, if Dommy's on field, they can blast into Melga. They can't really do anything.
Yeah.
The best they can aim for is like their on-play D-Evo, but I don't even know if Melga can cheat that, so I don't know. But yeah, when Dommy's on board, we're swinging in, basically. We're not scared of anything.
Yeah, the only thing that can... No, not a blast effect, but like, I suppose like an out for them would be that, would be the Metal Grey.
The option? Yeah.
Metal Grey one can
the Metal Grey on play.
Yeah, can D-Evo, but that's about it. Like, bottom decking, doesn't matter. War Grey, they can... I think it's got when Digivolving and when attacking, I think, or is it just when attacking? I think
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it's one of them. Can delete something equal or less than it. I know it's definitely not once per turn, so it might only just be when attacking, maybe. But yeah, I think Dominimon is eating pretty nicely in terms of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Even when it comes like Limon Ace, Lilymon, no, not even Lilymon Ace. It should be an Ace the way it's freaking so chuffing overpowered. But like, Lilymon bottom deck something because it's doing it simultaneously. Digimon would just trash once.
Yeah, exactly. Like they do all these. Oh, I've hit all my Tamers. I'm going to target 4 things. I'm like, cool. I'll trash one of these, and I'll probably recover it now as well. You know.
Yeah, exactly,
like,
exactly.
Cool interaction. So yeah, I think if I test that matchup more, I'm going to be a bit cocky. I think it probably is like 95% just a win for Angels. Even their option card, that's insane, not to go on too much. Their option card that can cheat stuff out. Well, we're not really killing the bodies. We don't care. We just swing past as long as they're not blockers. Truby might smite, I'm gonna say, or snipe something, but Pillowmon can also play around the option, so yeah.
I think
He was a chill guy though. He really helped me understand the deck as he were playing it. You know, he went above and beyond, so respect to him.
Nice.
He taught me all his effects.
And that's the respect I love about that Digimon. Like, I've never bumped into a player that withholds information, like purposely withholds information. In that sense, I think that's what makes a very solid community, especially for players as well. At the end of the day, we all want to play. We all want to. If we're gonna win, we want to win because it was fair. We don't want to win because it was kind of cheap in that sense. And I think Pillowmon's a perfect counter to that fucking black option.
Oh, definitely.
Like,
yeah.
Absolutely,
Insane, man.
Absolutely. Like, don't be rash. Slow down. You can't do that. So yeah.
Such a card, man.
Beautiful.
Talking about winning fair, this leads us on to round 5, which I am dreading about a bit.
Go for it.
The quick rundown: we had a bye round 5. Our opponent got deck checked, so did I. And they failed the deck check. It wasn't malicious. The dude was proper sound. Like, I can't stress enough. He was just chill. He weren't there doing some cringe, I'm gonna win by cheating. Nothing. It was an honest mistake where he submitted like his 2-week-older version of the list. Like 4 different cards in it, right? He was playing Digimon.
Okay.
So he gets the game lost because, you know, he played the wrong deck.
Yeah, completely. Right.
The rules are the rules. It sucks. I was really sad for him. I think I was more upset than he was. Then the disaster happens. Game 2, effectively, he forgot to set his security. The game started. I was going second, so I was looking at my hand and I had the nuts. Like, I literally had like patter 4, 5, 6, something.
TK, just a compliment.
It literally was a god hand. And in my head, I was like, this kind of sucks because we might only play 1 game. I win this, and it's kind of I just cheese to win. I'm looking at it, thinking about my turn. He mulligans, no problem. So I'm looking at my cards. He opens up, he analog youths, top 3, finds a rookie, cool. My go, Hatch, Patamon, it was TK actually. Yeah, I play TK, and he says, oh, hang on, I forgot my security. And I go, oh no, bro, no, I don't want this. I want to play.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah, it really sucked ass, bro. And I felt bad. I apologized to him because normally I'm good at spotting stuff like that, but I was honed in.
Yeah,
on like my line.
At the end of the day, like you're taking care of your own shit. You know what I mean? like
yeah,
you make sure like my board be looking all good, and it does happen. Local games, you'd be like, just stack it up or whatever. But when it comes to like official tournaments, like it's kind of default. Like it is default that you would just go stack your basically get your cards out, stack your stack. Proceed on with the game, especially if you're mulliganed as well. I think if you're mulliganed, you kind of super know. But it is unfortunate to that level that like he did forget, and it is a bit like it's not so simple as just stacking the next set of cards up. Because did you say he analog youthed as well?
So he analog youthed. I mean, you can do some weird stuff with maths where. Not to get too technical.
Yeah.
Whenever you set your security, it doesn't really matter because it's always random to an extent.
Yeah.
Like if I grab the middle 5 cards now and put it back and draw these, and that's my security or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's still random. But yeah, effectively, I was like, I'm happy for him to just put top 5 and play, or we can reverse game state because he said, oh, you know what, I picked up a rookie. I was like, yeah, I'd believe whatever he said at that point, to be honest, because both our heads were so fried with like that 20-minute deck check.
Yeah, completely.
The judge, who's sound, he was like, I know what I want to do in my heart, and just let you guys play. but we'll have to appeal to a head judge just to get this right.
Yeah.
And then the head judge, we had a remote head judge, I think. I don't fully know.
Oh yeah, it was in. I don't want to say Prague or something. It was something random. It was a location. It was a location. I was a bit like, what the f?
Not in Wakey, bro. But,
not in Wakey. He didn't log into Wakey. That's for sure.
and they ruled it was just a game loss.
Wow.
And we were just all heartbroken, to be honest. You know, like I kept saying sorry. I was outside after like getting a bye, I guess, and I was saying to some guy I know from Glasgow Regional, I was like, I just want to quit now. Like, I want to drop. Like, I was that emo about it. I don't know why.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, it probably got me down because I just felt it for him.
Yeah.
There's no malicious intent, but anyway, not to go on forever. It sucks. I'm sorry for him. He did say to me, "You've got to win it all now," and I was like, "Okay, bro."
And
I think he came. He passed it, bro. Yeah, he was like, "You carry on, bro. You got this." I think he came 5th overall, so he still had a really respectable result.
Nice.
In theory, against Digimon, this deck claps it. It's weak to aces.
Yeah.
You delete my whole board. Well, Digimon are trash one. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think it's another auto win for me. Can't comment too much because we didn't get to play. I got to put a Patamon in the back. I didn't even get to look in my security with TK before the game was over. Like, that's where it stopped.
Bro, you had the nuts and you couldn't even play the nuts.
I know. And I had Domi in security as well. I remember looking, and an Angie woman. I was like, what is happening? So, anyway, moving swiftly on.
Yeah.
6th round. Final round.
Okay.
7 Great Demon Lords. Now, this is a player goes by Luke. Now, that weird was saying that. His name is Luke, but he goes by Luke on the app as well. So I worded that really strange. Purple player who's quite well known in our scene, I think. At least for me, someone I've watched since I only started the game like a year and a bit ago.
Really?
And he would top regionals, yeah, just after BT12. But then I had a massive break, so work. So I'm still kind of like a newer player. People speak about like you said earlier about reinforcing memory boost at 4, and I'm like, I don't know, bro. I wasn't there for that.
That's
you know?
great. That's so crazy because when I'm facing you, I feel like you played more longer than I have.
Thank you. I guess that's a compliment, I guess. Thank you. I don't know.
I don't know, mate. I've not won a regional, so you know. But I've not come from a car background. But even still, that don't matter. We'll continue.
Yeah, he topped me like Belf and Levia and stuff. I've seen him do a lot of stuff. Anyway, a player I recognise and respect. And I said it to his face. I was like, I'm just happy to be playing against you. Like, you know, like some anime storyline where you watch like one of the sick dudes and then you're in the tournament later and he's against you. It's one of them things. Not to be too cringe, it's just someone I respect.
Yeah.
7 Great Demon Lords. I haven't played into 7 Great Demon Lords before this. I have played a lot of 7 Great Demon Lords when it came out because it was my favourite deck at the time.
Yes.
Trying to run it in my head. I'm speaking to some homies on Discord quickly because I'm like, oh, I'm about to play against 7 Great Demon Lords. Here's 4 things I think I should do. Is there anything I'm missing? And they're like, no, that's it. I'm like, okay, I've figured it out. It went really well. Turn 2, I managed to establish a Dominimon, Cherubimon, Angimon by looping my Magnus and my security. So, terrifying for him. And Volderarm in this matchup's insane. Pilomon's insane. Yeah, other than the Rivals incident where he just raw dog rivals my Volderarm and then my Pilomon cost me 7 memory, it just went pretty well for me. Definitely a technical matchup.
Yeah.
On the matchups where if you're new to Angels, you're going to mess it up. And another matchup I was kind of learning as I went. In theory, like a Gudamon's going to struggle to kill you because of your Dominimon, but there's so many interaction points. And it was the matchup I, again, specified earlier. If he had 10 cards in trash, or I guess 6, it would be.
Yeah.
If Beelzemon could come out and Devo something, and we were at that stage of the game, I would be paying 12 for a Domini against that deck. Because don't Devo me, bro. You can do anything but Devo me. You can try and pop it, I'll save it. Don't Devo it. So, yeah, really good games. He was proper chill, man. Can't big him up enough. Mad respect.
He was proper sound. I either like managed to talk to him a little bit as well. We've got some photos of him. And really chilled, really nice guy. And I even just like listened into like your conversation that you had after the match because I think I was wrapping up getting walled out from Sakuyamon, which I don't know. Yeeta's mass respect, man. I apologize for me verbally celebrating when you crashed into my room mode, but man, I wanted to get out of the freaking room mode jail. But yeah, I literally like I wanted to kind of get back out and get some snaps of your game, but you was already done.
I wrapped that game up quick, man. Yeah. I thought we would be going to time. Like, I won game 1 in maybe like he conceded on like turn 3 or something. Cause that opener with this into Volderarm and stuff, and I was swinging him down. He was like, "Yeah, it's done." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I've got like 40 minutes or 35 minutes to play, and I just need to win and not go to time."
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to time him out. I know the grindy decks.
Yeah.
And I ended up killing him in like another 10 minutes. I'm like, "Oh yeah, this 4-check combo is broken, bro." Not to get too technical, the lethal line, it's gonna get a bit in depth. He's playing Rivals and 7th Lightning. I countered his trash before I swung out. I evoed into Dommy to play around Rivals, and I evoed my whichever it is. I think 7th hits level 4 and 6 or something.
Yeah,
I think I can't remember now. I knew at the time because I'm reading the card.
Yeah, I think it basically reverses it compared to what Leviathan's effect is. So basically, it's like a full cover. Like
I think it is 4 and 6 then. Yeah. So anyway, I just played around that and I did it as smart as I could and swung out. So if I hit Rivals, Dommy, I protect it. Because he had 2 security left. I had 3 swings on board. I didn't want to just get, I'll swing this. Oh, 7th Lightning. Oh, I have to play on now. That was the maybe most technical thing I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy final. Glad I played against Luke, mad respect. And 6-0 with only 1 individual game lost to Adventure where I played the X-0 from the deck, from the security.
I gotta say, as soon as you give them the value truth, it's
Oh, insane.
It's not great. It's not great. Getting them taking the value is awful. But the thing that I love is obviously that the fact that this is like Angels is I won't say it's a grindy deck, but it is very you're only gonna swing if you can win.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I get him to 4 security, I'm kind of happy to stop chipping. If I've seen good pieces like my Volder and my Cherubi, you don't always win with Volderarm, right? You do swing out sometimes and build wide, but like you say, you don't always have to chip people down.
No. I think when you are that comfortable kind of point, I think 4's probably, like you say, the suitable spot, because obviously you're going to be doing mass damage with your Cherubi Ace, obviously with the Alliance. Do additional swing. And then effectively you can go into the Volderarm, and even then it's like you're putting him in such an awkward predicament where I've got no on-plays. I can't on-play my way out of this. Shit. And then if I try and out that, I'm gonna then get either you're gonna get partition, you're gonna get true base again, you're gonna get diminished. So it is a very awkward. It's almost like a bit of a board lock, but in a sense of like, how can I out the opponent's board so they don't finish me? And it is very difficult. Granted, there's scenarios where you throw a Pillarmon out and it might counter react to what your strategy.
Yeah, true.
It's always gonna happen. It happened once.
Dangerous dude.
Yeah, only happened once. And then that is matchup dependent because, like I say, not many people play Rivals Barrage in list. So yeah, it's mate, it's an absolutely beautiful list. Like this, I'm inspired. I'm definitely inspired. I'm definitely gonna have to just get my angel cards back out and just be like, right, let me retweak this real quick. But honestly, bro, like to say that you say that you only played a year, like that's news to me. That is news to me, and you absolutely smashed it on the day.
I've got like one cool trick if you want, if we have time, and then that's the wrap.
You know what? I'm gonna say right now, guys. I'm gonna say right now to the audience. If you got this far, you're gonna be playing Angels like a boss. You're gonna be playing Angels like a boss. Because the reason why we wanted this is obviously wanting this profile. Yeah, great. We're sharing that list and so forth. But for me and everyone who follows me and has been here from day one, it's about the learnings of the list. The thing I want people to take away from this is 1, understanding how to play Angels. 2, understanding just the methodical thinking that you have to apply when you pilot in this. And also that you can't just pick this shit up. You're gonna have to go to locals, you're gonna have to get your grind on, you're gonna have to learn certain matchups, you're gonna have to learn the decks and interactions and so forth. And then lastly, this list worked for my boy Demonic. Tweak it if necessary to how you play, but this is a solid, if not perfect, foundation for you to be doing well. And as you know, Demonic did well. So let's show this spice right now.
So this is like, shout out Psycho Feather who passed this down to me. Like someone who helped me a lot when I was learning the game, learning security control. Big fan of yellow. when I got into Digimon, I love the security mechanic. I wanted to use it. Security control, the hybrid outlet too. I'm going to show you something I did in the game. Let me grab one more piece, I guess. It came up. This is why I won the regional, because I didn't lose the game where this came up, right? And I'll show you what I did. I'll demonstrate it, see if you can catch it, and then we'll explain it after.
Okay.
So, don't worry too much about what's in my hand.
Okay.
We're going to push up. I swung, put the top card right to my hand, whatever it was, and I put a Diminimon underneath.
Cool.
And I knew this died, let's say. I know Diminimon's in here, right?
Yeah.
I have this in hand, and my play next turn was to slam it to get the Dimini and Anji-Womon from hand and combo off and all this.
Yeah.
The opponent pushed. I can't remember exactly what deck it was, but they did 2 checks early anyway. There was 2 checks coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And the first check was TK. As mentioned earlier, the only downside ever to TK is we're going to have a look. I've got my Dominion there, cool. I'll take the boost, whatever, in this example.
Yeah.
I'm going to now recover and blindly shuffle.
Yeah.
My Dominion's chilling. So I'm losing Dominimon here, right?
Oh, yeah,
And assume I've recovered into this shuffle, because I need to preload this.
Mm.
So obviously this is normally shuffled in, but the shuffle target was on top.
Yeah.
The second check comes through, and it's Dominimon. And at this stage, they've seen me tuck a Dominimon in.
Yeah.
They've seen them take one out. Kind of chilling, right? Game knowledge. They've got rid of... I even said, oh, that's a good hit, verbally, because it is a good hit. If you get this out of security, that's success for me.
Yeah.
My turn comes round. I slam Magna, and I Evo into Domini for -2. And then I put Anji-Wo in here and I play her out. Now, when we TK'd, if you'll remember, my security looked a bit like something like this, right?
Yep.
You might have caught it by now. The reason I knew there was still a Dominimon in here is because I'm playing different alts. This is such a crucial part to play in yellow. You need to play as many alts as you can on key pieces. Admittedly, with this deck, I haven't done it too much. You can track what's in your security, because as soon as the alt Domini comes out, I didn't put an alt Domini in there. So there's still a Dominimon in there.
Yep.
If they were both the same Dominimon, again, to visualize what you should be following, I've put this guy in here, this guy gets recovered, this guy gets hit. I don't know what else is being recovered in my security.
Yeah.
I'm assuming my Dominimon's gone. I can't just slam this next turn. But because I'm playing the alts, and one of them was hit, and it wasn't the one I put in, it's kind of, it's not cheating,
No.
but it is as close to as you could, maybe. I don't know. It's not against the rules, man. I'm there playing alt.
Legal cheating?
It's
no,
legal.
It's basically, well, it isn't cheating, because at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's
cheating.
the same. It goes by card number, not by
Yeah.
card art. Despite,
So you'll notice the Minimon 2 and 2.
yeah.
Sorry, go on.
People might think, like, you know, we also have the same thing with the system on Noir and CL, but obviously they're named different. That's a completely different
Sure.
thing right there. But in this sense, they are the same card number. But this is a great way to keep track of what's in your security, what's been knocked out of security, in order for you to make those plays. And you know what? That's big brain playing right there. That's big brain playing.
It's crucial to yellow, man, yeah.
Like, I've never thought that until now. I'm like, shit, that makes complete sense. That makes absolutely complete sense right there. And do you think that that's like massively helped in terms of like you doing, like, I suppose, making executive decisions to do the plays that you are doing?
Yeah, it is kind of cheesy, right? And I won't look past that, but it came up. It might have been against the adventure player, I can't remember. But that exact line came up where I won the game because I knew what I'd recovered, and it was the alt art Dominimon has come off the TK recovery, not my base art. I can carry on. If I was playing 4 of these dudes, I don't know what I'd have done that turn. I'm not going to blind play this for 6 thinking Domini's being hit myself, because I'd have lost track, right? This is gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is. What's the odds this is Dominimon? Like 1 in 40 or something at this point, 35-ish. So yeah, and it is something you're going to naturally do when you're playing. You're going to naturally get a few alts. So I just wouldn't recommend maxing it out if you want to be sweaty. However, some of these alts are so beautiful, I'm just maxing them. You know,
I must admit, I feel like I probably need to part with my lonely Anti-Woman Ace, which I do have that version of the alt, just to kind of complete yours, because I do have the overall.
God, yeah.
So it's just like I saw that you just need
one,
yeah, I saw that you just need one, so I might have to hook you up. I might have to just be like, yo, here you go, you won the storage.
Thank you. We'll see.
Here's your prize on that. But no, honestly, like this, I feel like this is massively insightful, and I want to thank you, Demonic, for one, giving me the opportunity to do my first ever interview deck profile on the channel.
Cool.
And I hope I've done it justice, and I hope I've been a good host for you, because like I say, you've absolutely smashed it. And then I think for me, it was personally great to witness the journey from like not even getting to the venue, like in the venue, should I say, like the whole, like, you know, behind the scenes almost. before you got to the winning result and getting the first place at the Wakefield store regional. So yeah, absolutely fantastic result, awesome performance.
Thank you.
And yeah, you absolutely deserve it, 100%. And I hope everyone has learned massive plays from your boy Demonic, representing Angels, baby. You know, any people want to shout out, any yeah.
Oh yeah, God, so many. I mean, me coming first at a regional is like a culmination of everyone around me who supports me and talks to me. I'm quite active in some Discord groups. I'm like, I osmosis information, so I piloted it well and stuff, but I just have so many people to thank. I won't forget some now. But obviously yourself, thank you for having me. Hopefully this was concise enough. I know it'll be a long video. I could have spoke for maybe 2 more hours, but hopefully it's not even an hour, we'll see. Shout out to everyone in the church. We got Psycho. I mean, I can't even list everyone individually. All the boys at Vault, all the boys at Castleford, you know. Alan and Zach for making me play Angels when I was going to play Blue Galaxy. Adrian for driving us there and scrubbing out with birds because he saw all his bad matchups, and then I didn't have to play their matchups, you know. Like, he took the matchups for me. I could go on, you know. Basically, if we've played Digimon, if you've spoke to me about Digimon in Discord DMs or in a group, thank you. So that is why I'm here, showing a first place profile and getting a Nats invite. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Hopefully it was concise.
Concise, hey, bro, honestly, concise, informative. And the key thing for me is that informative piece. Like, I don't care how long this video is. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's nearly 2 hours. But
oh my god.
But it's informative. It's podcast length, and I think it's really valuable takeaways of piloting a deck at this high level, especially to take it at SO regional and do so well with the choices that you made. And I think for me the most important thing is that people learn from it. I feel like, you know, there's so many decks around which obviously take everyone's fancy, and there might be just people that really are a fan of Digimon, you know, and really just start trying to figure out, like, you know, where do I take this deck? Where do I go with this deck? And seeing like a deck profile of this and that's in-depth analysis and plays and execution and why you play these cards in this particular way is exactly what this channel's about. So I don't care how long it is. People will watch it. People will listen to it. People will listen to it on the drive to work, chilling out wherever they're gonna be, supping tea like Kermit the Frog. So, you know, it is informative. It is valuable. And once again, Demonic, you know, congratulations, absolutely
very much.
earned this. And I hope wherever the regionals, not the regionals, the nationals is gonna be, I hope you can represent, especially for the Vault lads. For real.
Yeah, I'll try my best. We'll see. We'll run it back.
for real. But guys, there you have it. Demonic step profile. Ready for you to copy, learn, and adapt to your playstyle. That's us. Over and out. And there you have it, guys. Demonic's first place list at the Wakefield Store Regional. Angels going XO, and let me tell you, an absolute delight to have him on the channel. Obviously, this is my first interview profile that I've done on this channel, so obviously feedback is very welcomed in order for me to effectively do more of these and have the opportunity to really give players a platform to share their winning lists to everyone and really go into the nitty-gritty in terms of the methodical thinking that they apply to their lists and share it with the world. So, feedback welcomed, but if you enjoyed the deck profile, make sure you smash it with a like as standard, share amongst your friends, and guys, stay safe, stay fly, and I'll catch you next one. That's your boy D Dread, off the mic.